And good day. I'm kind of excited about this aircraft. This is the XF-90, and we are flying Tironan's Unfriendly skies. This is an aircraft that has taken me a good long while to figure out. Um, it is, by any measure in this
Show me
game,
what you can do, pilots. Let's
a
roll.
extreme machine. There is no equal to it in height, altitude capability, to be more exact, speed. It's got one of the most ferocious firepower front ends in the game, consisting of 6 Colt Mark 12s spitting out 20 millimeter shells at 3,300 feet per second. It is flat shooting by anybody's stretch of the imagination. Now, I've done almost no damage to that aircraft because I didn't get a proper lead. All you've seen is the flashes on the tailing edges. But you notice when you get on target here, it goes away very quickly. There's no such thing as maneuvering with this aircraft, though. It has a 17-second turn time. What it does give you is the ability to get anywhere on the map very quickly, pounce from above. You notice that I'm operating perfectly fine at 11,000 feet. Not bothering the aircraft at all. You'll notice that the speed on this aircraft is phenomenal. Second burst just took 60% of the pirate's health bar away. And you notice by the time he gets turned around, I'm out of range. You also notice that I made no attempt to turn with him whatsoever. That's not the aircraft this is. And if you try to play it any other way, you get shot down. So, if you watch some of my other videos on this, I will say this again. This is an aircraft that absolutely demands that you play it the way it's designed. It has no flexibility in that regard. I will never carry ordnance on this the way it is designed right now because it's a waste of time and effort. Your job is to be at high altitude and claw everything else out of the sky. You can certainly dive on stuff. You can certainly kill anything that gets in your way. But you'll notice that I'm carrying a lot of reserve on the boost, and that's to be used rarely. It's literally the only thing that can get you out of severe trouble. Now, one thing that's different about this aircraft is you have to kind of pick your target, line up, take your shot, and upon missing or not doing all the damage you want to, you have to resist the urge to go try to retrieve the situation by maneuvering around. He just isn't very good at that. But what it excels in is working against other high-flying aircraft, the other boom and zoomers out there. It does that very well. And by the way, it can kill ground attack aircraft really quickly. I mean, really quickly. Now, I have a 262. He's doing his boom and zoom thing. And what he's going to try to do is get a little evasive and try to outrun me. You saw his rockets come on as he attempted to do that. That doesn't work against this aircraft. If you're in a 262, you find one of these on your tail, what you do is immediately start turning hard. Because as poor a maneuver as the 262 is, it is still 3 seconds faster in a 360 than this aircraft. So it kind of works against the 262 pilot's urge to always use speed. He's not the fastest thing in the sky anymore. Nor does he have any particular firepower advantage, because you get to a point where this thing has much firepower to get the job done in a 2-second good burst as a 262 can deliver. So effectively, when you get over, around or above 1,000 DPS, this stops mattering too much. You'll notice the amount of time I have spent doing hard maneuvers to stay up with other aircraft, which is close to 0. Alright, I've got an aircraft on my tail, and I can't maneuver, I know this, but I can dive. And I am passing, well, the whole maneuver was essentially at 670 miles an hour. That clears my tail. So, what you have is a straight line fighter for all intents and purposes. And that can be really limiting when you're used to other things. By the way, it does nothing for anti-aircraft guns. But all that time, I never once really felt in danger. Now, one thing that will come up, and you'll see it here, is you've got to be aware of the limits of the map. Because this thing is so quick, you will be visiting them more often than not. And you've always got to be aware of the fact that you are maneuvering, flying around. Your cruise speed is well over 400 knots. In fact, it's well over 450 knots. And you'll see the aircraft is just, every time you turn around, it's just going up. Now, that 262 tried to ram me because of the accuracy of these guns. I got on him immediately. By the time he got in position to ram, he didn't have any hit points left. That's why I'm still flying. However, if you hit me with those rockets, it'd have been another story now, wouldn't it? Now, here you'll see I'm getting very, very close to the map edge. This thing doesn't turn well, and the game will therefore take it from me and autopilot me back around in a very slow, leisurely turn. Okay. Know this pirate's back here. Let him have a burst. But you notice I'm not trying to maneuver with him. Not interested in it at all. Now, you can do a little turning with it. Just don't ever get to think that you can actually maneuver this aircraft. Okay? It just isn't a turn and burn at all. Alright. This was a fun game for me. I flew the aircraft exactly the way it's supposed to be flown. Got first on here. You can tell the number by the hunt for Condor. I was primarily after heavy fighters. They pretty much ceased to exist for the duration of the game. I've made 9 kills. 2 assists, excuse me. Came in number 1 on the winning side. It's a great aircraft, used the way that it has to be used. Alright, please remember to like the video, to subscribe. If you want to support the channel, you can go to the channel page, upper right hand corner, you'll find the Patreon link. I want you guys to be careful out there. Want to see you tomorrow. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.